At the beginning of the story, we see a couple covered in blood, looking extremely frightened and in a very poor state. Who they were and what happened to them is something we will discover as the story progresses. The scene then cuts to an event, which is actually an event for a boy named David who has become a civil engineer today. At this event, there is also a girl named Nadia who is a friend of David's, and from their conversation, it is clear that they are deeply in love with each other. They wanted to spend the rest of their lives together. However, David had not yet proposed to Nadia for marriage because he was waiting for a special moment, which he found today due to the event. So, he was going to propose to Nadia today, and then in the hotel where they were both staying, David took Nadia to the washroom and actually proposed to her for marriage. Now, although it was quite strange to propose in a washroom, which did upset Nadia, she agreed because she loved David. So she agrees to the marriage. After that, we jump straight to a year and a half later. They had indeed married, but now their relationship had become somewhat strained. Perhaps because they were now living together. When they were apart, everything was fine, but the real test comes when you live with someone. They had started arguing over small things, which was causing them to drift apart. During this time, Nadia discovers she is going to become a mother, but she is still unsure about David. Should she stay with him or not? Therefore, she decides not to tell him about her pregnancy. She seeks advice from her neighbor Thomas, who gives her the same advice any sensible person would. He says that David is not a bad person, that she is rushing, and she should give him more chances. After that, we see David, who plans a trip to spend some quality time with Nadia and suggests going hiking in the snowy mountains, to which she happily agrees. Nadia agrees too. They embarked on their expedition. Accompanying them was their dog, which they were bringing along for the trip. They paused at a petrol station to replenish their fuel. Indeed, they came across some men who were rather peculiar, to the extent that they had slain a reindeer and stored it inside their vehicle. Although this incident was unrelated to David and Nadia, it was undeniably bizarre. Just as they were preparing to depart, David's car inadvertently collided with theirs, due to which there was a slight mark on the car. Now, the mark was quite small, so they ignored it and left from there. Shortly after, both of them reached their hotel. Yes, they first met the receptionist who behaved quite strangely with them. She stared at them, but they ignored this as well and went to their room to relax. In the same hotel, we also see the boys whose car David had accidentally scratched, but for the time being, they don't say anything. Everything was normal, but the next day when the two of them, when they set out, they saw that those boys had written strange things on their car. Nadia becomes very angry upon seeing something. She tells David that they should have apologized to those boys that very day. They could have ended the matter by simply saying sorry. David calms her down and they both leave. On the way, they notice the same boy's car parked. Seeing it, Nadia starts thinking. To calm her anger, she scratches their car with a long mark and quickly runs back to sit in their car. A little while later, they both arrive at the place where they need to start hacking. After advancing through the remote mountains and wandering for quite some time, they sat down at a spot to rest. They had thoroughly enjoyed this trek with their dog. By now, it was almost nightfall, so they were compelled to set up camp there. While they were resting inside the camp, Nadia eventually reveals to David that she is expecting a baby. Upon hearing this, David becomes extremely delighted, but it seems their joy might not endure for long because they both observe a laser light, a tiny red dot on their camp. They attempt to venture outside to investigate, but it is so dark that they are unable to see anything. Consequently, David, feeling apprehensive, advises Nadia to depart from there, and they both promptly begin packing to leave. Abruptly, they hear a piercing scream, and upon perceiving it, their dog instinctively dashes towards that direction. Moments later, they hear the sound of gunshots, indicating that someone has indeed killed the dog. David comprehends that remaining here is perilous, so they both commence fleeing without their possessions. Someone persistently fires at them. They cannot fathom why anyone desires to end their lives, but to preserve their safety, they are compelled to sprint into the dense forest. They venture into the wilderness, where they are compelled to endure the snowy, tempestuous night within a wooden cottage. Subsequently, they deliberate on going back to the camp to collect all their vital belongings and depart. Nevertheless, this endeavor turns out to be more challenging than they had foreseen, as when David makes his way back to the camp, he discovers the dog's body in a dreadful condition. Seeing this, David starts to vomit and Nadia becomes completely panicked, which David has to manage. But before they can comprehend anything, David gets severely injured by a trap set there. Here, we notice that a scene from their past is repeatedly shown to us, which is related to an accident. We will find out what that accident was later, but whatever it is, both of them regret it deeply, and perhaps that's why all this is happening to them. Now, David is badly injured. It became absolutely imperative for him to obtain immediate medical attention. Therefore, the two of them commence heading towards their vehicle, where they notice a man standing at a distance. Before they can request his assistance, the man begins shooting at them, indicating that he is the individual who desires to kill them, and once again, both of them commence sprinting towards the dense forest in a desperate attempt to preserve their lives. During their frantic escape, David is struck by a bullet, exacerbating an already dreadful day for him, and he becomes even more severely injured. With immense difficulty, Nadia succeeds in reaching a nearby cottage where she initially tends to David's wounds. David is experiencing significant pain, and without prompt medical attention, he could potentially succumb to an infection. Fortunately, Nadia discovers a first aid kit there. At the very least, Nadia can tend to David's wounds. Meanwhile, we revisit the scene from the past when they were in the car and the accident occurred. Remembering this makes Nadia quite sad and distressed. Moreover, David's condition was deteriorating rapidly, and another night passed in this manner. The following morning, they once again sense someone approaching. Nadia and David peek through the window to see. They observe a security guard armed with a firearm who astonishingly turns out to be the very same individual they had previously encountered at the hotel. They begin to suspect that this guard, who appears to be a mentally unstable person, is pursuing them with lethal intent and is a murderer who mercilessly slaughters individuals. Consequently, they commence to stealthily exit the cottage in an attempt to flee. However, the guard notices them and initiates a pursuit. Amidst the ensuing turmoil, Nadia discharges her weapon at the guard, resulting in him falling severely injured, and at this moment, they both seize the opportunity. They start to run away from there. However, David's condition is so severe that he now finds it very difficult to walk. They needed to exercise extreme caution regarding their subsequent actions. While they were deliberating their choices, an individual appeared on a mountain bicycle, similarly equipped with a firearm, and endeavored to threaten Nadia at gunpoint. Nevertheless, David assaulted him from behind, causing injury, and they both made their escape using his mountain bicycle. They proceeded directly to their hotel, intending to seek assistance from the hotel proprietor, but rather than providing aid, he confined them. And David is locked up. There are many old photographs of him there. It seems as if someone has been watching them for months, and not only that, among these photographs is a picture of a child, which is the link. It is the connection. This is the reason why David and Nadia are caught up in this mess today, and now the biggest secret of this movie is about to be revealed. We come to know why someone is after David and Nadia's lives. Now, the accident scene from the past that was repeatedly shown, it was the moment when David had formally proposed to Nadia for marriage. They were about to relish that special moment in their vehicle when David became distracted whilst driving. Consequently, their car collided with an innocent young girl, and the accident was so severe that the child tragically died instantly. Considering the principles of humanity, they should have immediately taken the child to a hospital, but out of fear, they fled from the scene. They assumed that perhaps the child was unaccompanied. But the child's mom and dad were also with them. They are the ones who are after these two. The father of the child is none other than their neighbor Thomas. Thomas had started planning everything on the very day these two killed his son, meaning their arrival here. Staying at this hotel was pre-planned, and now perhaps Thomas won't let them go. Now, the hotel receptionist, who was behaving oddly with them and staring at them, is actually the child's mother. Now, the man who had captured them was. The man was there, and Thomas captures and ties them up, beginning to torment them slowly. Yet like a savior, the same guard whom Nadia had shot and from whom they had fled comes to rescue them. But then, the guard had actually come to save them. As soon as the guard entered, a fight erupted between Thomas and the guard. Taking advantage of this chaos, David and Nadia managed to escape outside and started to run. However, due to David's injured state, they couldn't get far. Just then Thomas also arrived, which Every time he says, "Look, please, I am the one at fault. I was driving, I caused the accident, and your son died, so kill me and leave my wife because she is pregnant." However, Thomas wants him to feel the same pain he and his wife felt when their child died. That's why he shoots Nadia, resulting in the immediate death of both Nadia and her child. But here, Thomas does not kill David and tells him to feel the pain of his wife and child's death, and he leaves from there. David lost everything in a single moment, just as Thomas and his wife had lost. In this film, both couples were at fault. First, due to David and Nadia's negligence, an innocent child lost his life and they didn't help him. In the fire of revenge, Thomas and his wife did all this to them. Just like Nadia took revenge by scratching the boy's car, they too made a mistake. Taking revenge is not necessary. We should ignore and move forward. Similarly, Thomas and his wife. Although the child's death was indeed a sorrowful event, they shouldn't have destroyed an entire family like that. It becomes clear that your wrongdoings never leave you. However, if you have ever done good to someone and forgiven them instead of seeking revenge, ignored the bad feelings, perhaps it would save a life. We should learn from this film that taking revenge is not necessary. We should forgive everyone, and if someone needs our help, we must surely assist them. And with this, the story of the film comes to an end.